Beth, thank
Mhm.
you for your time. I'm really impressed with what you've been doing, and I'm really grateful for your time to jump in on this. Really looking forward to picking your brain and hearing all about it. But first of all, how are you?
Yeah, I'm really well. I've had some days, well, I've had 2 days to just really land after a pretty big weekend. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, just kind of travel and late nights and just then like rinse and repeat kind of a thing. But and I took my husband with me, so he was like, "Whew."
Yeah. Because that was shore leave. That was Geraldton, yeah?
Yeah, we flew up to Geraldton and I don't know, because we're down south, so then to get up to the airport, you've got to leave pretty early and all that sort of hassle.
Yeah.
So we were like, I was like, I don't want to miss the flight. So I was like, we got to get up at 4:20.
Yeah.
Yeah, we left Donnybrook at like I think yeah, 4:30 or 5 or something, and then flew out and yeah, and played up there, which was amazing. Had a really good night. Probably drank a little bit too much, but we were good. We jumped on the plane the next morning, and then we were kind of feeling it in the day, and so we sort of take the time to rest, and then go play, and then rest, and then go play, and
Yeah.
it's interesting because Shane was like, this is why I understand why the bigger acts they don't generally come and watch the supports.
No.
They're just exhausted. They're like, we need sleep. They need that downtime. They've been traveling. And so I kind of feel that. But coming home, Mondays are my days of just like, I just like to be a home, like a housewife when I come home on a Monday. I like to clean. I like to cook. Cooking's kind of my second expression of creativity.
Yeah, cool.
And and yeah, and just go for walks. Like that's really grounding. All of that's pretty important to me. I think that balance is super important because I would not have the energy to do what I do on the weekends if I didn't do all of that. People
Yeah.
people look at what I'm doing and they're like, "Man, you're flat out." And I'm like, "I am when it's my working time, but during the week, like I've got some long sort of planned, like nothing's planned except for maybe like two jobs in the day, and then the
Yeah.
like I'm just kind of with Teddy, with my dog, and we go for walks, and I make sure I take a lot of downtime. So it looks busy, but actually you don't see the rest, and that's the
Yeah.
thing with social media. Like you see all of the busy and the high, and I probably should actually I should put more into the feed about how much downtime I actually do spend, and how much time I spend just like doing things like exercise or kind of like mental health stuff or
Mm.
yeah, just stuff like that which you have to do.
Now, I'm interested when you're at a festival, as you said, like you get there, you play, you've hung around. Like, what are you doing as an artist after you perform? Right? Is there a way that you, I don't know, try and solidify your impression either with the people that are there, the other artists? Like, how do you festival?
Oh, how do I festival? Well, actually, I don't really put it. I probably, now that you mention it, I probably should put more effort into how I festival. But I think I generally it's probably more of an organic process. Sometimes when I get off stage, I sort of I ironically don't enjoy the attention off stage.
Yeah, right.
Sort of like just walk through the crowd, and if I'm getting a drink or whatever it is, um and then you get like people will sort of tap you on the shoulder and be like, hey, and then so they'll say something which is really kind, and I really love that and appreciate that, and so then I'll get into a conversation with them, and we might sort of yeah unpack a little bit more about either music or what, like kind of just talking to you, just sort of talking to find out like yeah about what if I'm in a different location, what's the community there, and just stuff like that. But when it comes to yeah, I don't really think I don't really think about like how I could probably further what I'm doing on stage with the audience. I think just yeah, there's a side to me that's a little bit reserved and shy. So when I'm on stage, I get to step into a character. When I'm there with like my drummer, it's interesting. I've had this conversation with someone. So when I'm with my drummer, I'll dress in like high heels, a dress. I'll do like I will withstand the pain of high heels and a pedal board just to prove that that I like I don't know, that's my character. It's kind of it's very feminine, but it's a little bit dark. And it's still my songs, but then when I play it as a solo, because I'm sitting down and I've got one foot on so I've got my left foot on like a cymbal pedal
Yep.
and I've got my right foot on a stomp. I can never really wear a dress. I can, but I've just got to sort of, it's got to be
Yeah.
flowing along. But it's just trickier. So I often dress in a more masculine way. And I find that yeah, both of those they seem to lend into these just slightly different sides of my psyche. So
Yeah.
I
Wow.
it's quite it feels very like whole for me to be able to represent both because for a long time I felt like I was just living in the masculine and it felt intimidating to put a dress on. It still does sometimes because I don't know. I don't know. Like I think I mean we don't need to get into feminism chats, but there, there's still that slight little bit of like, oh, like are you gonna watch me because I'm in a dress, or are you gonna watch me because you like the music? I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it's still there. It's really still there, even though we'd like to think it's not in 2025. There's a lot of, especially in a bar, especially with alcohol, it's sort of conducive to that in a way. I don't know. But yeah, so anyway, characters. So they tend to be kind of characters of myself. And then when I'm off stage, it's kind of like, oh, you've just witnessed all of like you guys have just witnessed all of that. I feel I feel a little bit vulnerable actually. I kind of feel
Mm.
a bit naked walking through the crowd, so I'm kind of just looking at the ground or like looking not directly at people. In a very like I don't want to be looking directly at you kind of a thing. But it's nice to receive the people that the people that connect with it. They'll generally let me know, and that's really cool. I'm really grateful for it. And the people that don't really connect with it, that's also fine.
Do you reckon if you either intentionally or genuinely or not, but let's say you faked it and you walked off head up, shoulders back, shoulders out, right? If you walked off confidently and walked through that crowd confidently, do you think the number of people that came up to you or the reactions you got from people would change?
I don't know. That's a really interesting question. And I think because like reflecting on my music is not particularly easy to listen to. Like I feel like, so take an example from Shore Leave that's just happened. I got up there and I was playing my set, and I'd say for the majority of the set, there was probably about two people clapping, like after the end of each song,
Yeah.
and they would have been the two people that I know, right?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So after I finished, but I had a good time. I did my thing, and then I got off and yep, did my little walk through the crowd to go get a couple of drinks, and then that's kind of where it happens. It's like these sneaky little like taps on the shoulder, and then like, oh hey. And part of me wonders, like, I actually get the feeling that the people that really connect with my music, because it's I would say it's a bit alternative. I
Yep.
think the yeah, it's not going to be something for everybody, and I think the people that do like it, they might not be as outspoken about it because it's quite I wouldn't say it's controversial, but it's just kind of like it's
Maybe it's
different.
personal.
It's personal, but it's different. Like I'm going to sing about stuff that no one is probably going to be singing about, or at least on that stage,
Yeah.
like in that um, you know, sort of environment with that audience. This
Mm.
audience of sort of so what was it? I think I played at 5 o'clock. It was in the main street, sort of like on the foreshore in Geraldton, and
A
I
great spot.
know a lot about the community in Geraldton, but the atmosphere is that it's pretty, it's pretty summery up there. It's pretty laid back. I always feel like the higher north you go, the more acceptable thongs are in the pub and stuff like that. so
Totally.
kind of, so it's kind of like okay, so maybe the music reflects that.